Welcome to the Broski Doodles, and this is your movie review with the crew. I want to make it like a '90s show. Movie review with the crew. Ooh,
The blockbuster colors.
Yeah. Ooh.
Should
Spirit
we do
fingers.
like the Brady Bunch where we're all just doing something and they're like, oh,
Right? All right, let's try doing that. I don't know if the delay is gonna fuck us up. So on three, we're gonna go and look at the camera and with your finger go like this. But make sure you're doing a lot of casual things, okay? All right. So
all
we're
right,
doing
one at a
cash.
time though.
Oh, okay. So Adrian first. I'll count to three. One, two, three.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. All right, John. Do something a little more weird. One.
Hey
Nice,
guys.
nice, nice. All right, I'll do one. I'll do one. I'll do one. Hey guys, hey! It's the Broski Doodles. It's your movie review with the crew. All right,
Yeah.
stop with the
You
bullshit.
didn't get me jacking off on my intro, right?
Yeah, we did. Well,
Oh,
I
okay,
got,
okay, okay.
I got it. I
It's all
got
there.
it. The
Yeah.
Broski Doodles
All
got
right.
it. They know they're smart.
It's gonna be on the Patreon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
no,
I told John to do something weird. I'm like, how the see you one up that one.
No, you won on that one. Today on the movie review with the crew, we're gonna be talking about a recent movie that's I don't even know where it's available because the way that I get my movies is a more VIP way. But you guys let me know where you found it. The Last Duel, directed by Ridley Scott. You have Adam Driver. You have Matt Damon on it. Where you guys saw? I mean, if you saw it through a way that is VIP, that's fine. Don't say anything. But if it was through a streaming platform, which one is having it?
I saw it through HBO Max.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go with that one.
All right, HBO HBO Max. So The Last Duel, directed by Ridley Scott, one of my favorite directors, who directed also Gladiator. This movie, man, for the people that saw the last movie review with the crew, which at that time was called Movie Review Thursdays, remember that we actually talked shit about that movie, The Power of the Dog, with Patrick Cumberbatch, and we said that that movie had this theme where like every such time there would be like second chapter, third chapter, and to me it was annoying and I didn't like it. On this movie, The Last Duel, they used it almost like a Shakespearean Macbeth type shit, and it actually worked. And even though part of me wanted to complain that it was repetitive, that they were telling me the stories over and over again, to be honest, I was so interested in it that like I was cool with it, and I liked the mind fuck that it was taking me through each perspective of each of them. So I gotta say, I mean, I don't say this often. I really enjoyed this movie.
I did too. But yeah, to your point, it felt like I was on acid. It's like, wait, didn't I just fucking see this? And then again,
Yeah.
half an hour, didn't I just fucking see this?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed the whole thing. It was the same movie three times. It was the same movie, like 30 or 40 minutes of a movie, three times repeated or some shit like that.
No, I don't. I didn't. I don't think so.
From different viewpoints, like from
Yeah, but
different
but then
angles.
the different
and with
viewpoints.
different.
Because
Uh-huh.
this is the what I wanted to defend or talk about. I didn't know you guys were on that side, but that's cool because it makes it a nicer debate. I get what you mean, but there were subtleties that made it interesting. For example, when you see the story told by Adam Driver, the second time the story is told, because the first time that it is told is on Matt Damon's view, so you don't see the rape. The people that saw this movie know it all evolves around a rape. I mean,
yeah, very ugly.
Otherwise, you
That is a story.
Yeah, that is a story.
That's a story, yeah.
And it's done 3 times. Ridley Scott really wanted to,
Hammer it
no,
home.
yeah.
No pun intended.
So on the first version, obviously you don't see the rape. You just hear of the rape because Matt Damon wasn't there, right? The second version is Adam Driver's, right? And on his version, I analyzed this even better when I saw the third version. But on the second version, there was a part of me that I wasn't raping apologist here, but part of it was like, are they trying to make it look like she kind of wanted it at some points because she was like, you got to get out of here. And then she goes towards the stairs and takes off her shoes in a way of like, oh, don't follow me, but follow me, right? And she didn't really put up a fight, right? I'm not saying that like anyone giving the signal she did, of course, you get out of there. But what I'm trying to say is that in those times, it made me feel like, okay.
That's an invitation.
Not an invitation, but I knew that it was a little subtlety that was on purpose, because when I see the third version of her, you realize that no, she was fucking like, get the fuck out of here, screaming and all this shit. And that's what really happened. I mean, that's the other thing, right? Like, you are left to think that's what you assume happened. And if that's the case, then you could tell how Adam Driver's story, or the way that he thinks it happened, was like, because he even told fucking Ben Affleck's character, which I'm about to talk about him too, I fucking hate him. Ben Affleck's character, where Ben Affleck asks him like, hey, did you really do this? And he's like, nah, she put up a little fight, but you know how women are. He said that.
Yeah, and Ben Affleck was just like, whatever, bro.
Yeah, I got your fucking women.
Right. And then on the third part that you see but it's funny because when you see Adam Driver's part, aside from the rape, you do see some things I see how he feels this way. Like, for a while, Adam Driver was actually trying to play things cool and help him. But then there was one part, right, where he flips and he's like, fuck it.
I guess when he's raping her? Like, right when he gets to her house?
No. Yeah, because doesn't everything flip on Adam Driver's character when he comes back from the war, and for some reason he's pissed, right? And he tells him like, oh no, you call me sir, I'm a knight, you call me sir. And then after that, he has to leave again, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when he goes and rapes her.
Right. Because he knows that he's going to be out.
Right.
There was a lot of, I did like that a lot, that there was different little subtleties between each, like in the way that Brad Pitt said it, and the way that Adam Driver said it, and the way that the girl said it.
Brad Pitt wasn't there. Matt Damon.
Sorry.
All right, John did not watch the movie.
I did. No. Okay, Matt Damon. In the beginning, when Matt Damon makes it seem like he's the one that saved Adam Driver, and then when Adam Driver says it, it's the other way around. Like, he's the one that saved Matt Damon.
Yeah, and also at the beginning part, also when they're like, in that lake. On this part from fucking Matt Damon, it makes it look like, no, stop being pussies, let's defend our land. And when Adam Driver tells it, it's like, no, we already lost the land, we need to stay here so we don't lose the next town. And it makes it clear that it was fucking Matt Damon who fucked up. But then again, you're never really confirmed whose story is the correct one, so you kind of have to grab. This is why I accepted the fact that it did become repetitive at times. That it was such a new and fresh concept for a movie, at least for me, that it made it very interesting. I'm like, oh, fuck. And you felt like each time you were discovering different things,
At the end of the movie, I was like, where's chapter 4? Like, chapter 4.
The truth.
What really happened?
Yeah, for real.
But you have to, like you said, you have to get the pieces from each part and put them together. there was, for example, there was a scene where they talk about that Adam Driver is getting married, or no, that Adam Driver something he invited them something about his son, or they're having a son, or I don't know, and Adam Driver invited Matt Damon and his wife to go to his place
Where they make amends.
Yeah, it was another person in the village was celebrating his son, so he invited both to sort of get them together.
And then people were dying left and right because of the plague and because of war. So they're like, let's try to be better, and let's go. In Matt Damon's view, it made it seem like he was the one with the idea, and he was the one that was like that said everything when they actually met up. Like, oh yeah, let's put the past behind us and all that stuff. When Adam Driver tells it, Adam Driver is the one that's saying that part. Let's put the past behind us, whatever. And then when the girl says it, she confirms that it was Adam Driver that said that. Like, she reiterated the fact that Adam Driver said that versus Matt Damon saying.
But in her scene, it was a little different.
Like, at least that part. No, whatever happened after that.
No, in that specific part, it wasn't exactly the same. I feel like she had her own twist.
It was more leaning towards the fact that Adam Driver was the one that's trying to make amends versus Matt Damon, like, just being there and say, like, Matt Damon was just there to say, okay, I'll accept. And Adam Driver was driving the conversation. Like, he was the one that was saying
another
everything.
thing on that scene specifically that fucked with me, that also made me doubt if the girl indeed was raped per se, is that like this weird thing where, like, kiss my wife as a sign of
yo, what the fuck? I was like,
and then every time
like,
they
full blown
kiss,
makeout,
and they kept on looking at each other.
Yeah, every time Adam Driver's and her perspective of the story, they both kiss, and it was like one of those kisses that, like, the lips kind of chase each other, and then they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And then I was like, I was like, first, what a weird way to make amends. Second, what a quick way to get into a fucking problem right away.
Can we say that she was asking for it? No.
Well, on Adam Driver's perspective, she was flirting with him. And then on her perspective, she was not flirting with him, but instead she did comment between her friends like, "Oh, he's cute," or whatever.
It was customary, I guess, like to make out like that. I don't know. That doesn't seem.
But they did have that same conversation, like when they initially met under that tent and had a conversation about books and all that crap.
Wasn't that in her?
I know it wasn't his.
That was his.
It was in his for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was in hers as well.
No, that only happened once.
Yeah, that only happened once, and the conversation in her point of view wasn't that friendly. It was friendly enough, but not like Adam Driver makes it look good. Like, you know what it almost made me feel like when your boy is telling you a story about a girl.
And how it went. Yeah. Which is totally into me.
Yeah, she's totally into me. She's like trying to get out of the fucking place.
And then you hear the other side.
Dude, quick things here that I have a lot of notes on this movie because, and I want to go through them. Fucking Ben Affleck's character looking like Simple Jack from fucking that movie. What's that movie? Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
Doesn't he look like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, I don't know why they made Matt Damon and Ben Affleck look alike in this one. Sometimes I was like, who's in that movie? Yeah, I'll pull up the picture.
He looks like Simple Jack when he does the character of a priest in one of the
bowl cut.
Yeah, in one of the movie trailers.
So
I found his character really annoying, dude.
Yeah, his character was super annoying, and it didn't even make sense. And also, who the fuck was he? Because when I thought, okay, he's the one that rules. Like, no. The kings are these two little kids that look 13. Who the fuck are these kings?
That was one of my notes too. Why the fuck do they have 10-year-olds as kings?
Yeah, that back in those days was very common for like a king to have died and have because it was run by a male successor. It could only be a male. And if the oldest male was 12 or 13, he would have like his council, but he would have to run that shit. And you could have a 7-year-old king.
And who was Ben Affleck? He was Pierre, but I don't know who the fuck he was. Like,
Was he like a lord?
They never showed the king having an advisor. It was just the king like being super mature with everything.
Yeah, like he was being everything you could be to not have a kingdom. Like,
can we talk about the science? Can we talk about the science?
what do you mean?
Like they're like, oh, based on science, if she doesn't like if she has an orgasm, then she could have a child or something. Like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, right.
Like, otherwise she would have had to have liked it to have a child. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the defense in the litigation. But did you come?
But did you?
Did you see that? Did you experience a little death? Oh, you did, huh?
Oh, you.
Oh, yeah. That was another thing, right? Like the little death, which I was like, is that an orgasm? Or apparently it's not an orgasm. It's actually when you cannot have a child. So it was weird. Like, oh, so let me get this straight. So you had not gotten pregnant with your husband, but then when he fucked you, then you got pregnant.
Oh, they didn't address that either. Was the babies Adam Drivers?
So did you like it? I guess it wasn't rape.
I have it here on my notes. Is a kid Adam Driver's son?
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. And they never addressed that either.
No, because the kid ended up being blonde. Towards the end of the movie. Did you finish seeing the movie?
Yeah, I do, but I don't. That's not the only thing. And there was this part. I have some other notes here. When he's becoming when he became a knight, they were like in the forest, right? And they were giving the little medal. Oh, you're a knight now. You're a knight. And then they give him the knight, and people are talking. And he's like, "Shut up, everybody! Here, I'm becoming a knight. Bow to your sensei." You know, like.
and there was like, "Fuck."
Like he had like a chip in his shoulder.
Yeah,
the whole movie, and understandably, because Ben Affleck just fucking hated his guts for no reason. I'm like, this guy just really doesn't like his face. And it starts in the beginning of the movie when he bends down in front of him.
Yeah,
and he bows and he's like,
"Fucking
get closer, get over here, fucking God, I hate you." Like,
yeah, but also they don't give enough context as to why is it that he had dislikes him.
Yeah, I know. I just hate him because I hate his face.
And then Adam Driver becomes his friend right away for no reason either.
They have orgies together.
Something that drove me entirely crazy the whole time was that Matt Damon is French. That nigga's talking English the whole time. That guy's talking English the whole time. And it's like not even like a French English, like he's trying to talk English with a French accent. No, it's Matt Damon talking in this movie.
Yeah, but
it's supposed to be like a timepiece.
But I'll be honest with you, I prefer it be like that than the other way where they make you speak English with an accent. That is so weird. For example,
the same thing with Adam Driver and Ben Affleck.
Well, you do it one way or the other. Either the movie's completely in French and you have English subtitles, or you do it in English and you just have to.
Right, but I think it's weird when you do it in the middle. Like I saw yesterday House of Gucci, and they're Italian, right? So they make it in English but with an Italian accent, which is like, I guess, when you suspend reality and you go with it, but really. What is this? A bunch of Guidos that went back to Italy to film this movie. It's like, hey, come here. I wanted to give you here the leather, the bag. Come here, get the bag, Daddy. You know what we like it here. It's like, that's not how Italians speak, you know. So it's just, I guess it's funny.
Italian Americans, but were they talking in Italy?
Right, but this is a movie about people in Italy. Like they're Italians. They don't know English. I mean, I guess they could know English, but they're speaking in Italian. You know what I mean? So in this case. I mean, I get what you mean, John. I've seen it both ways, and sometimes it works. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Chernobyl, the series in HBO, is in English but with Russian accent, and that kind of works.
Yeah, but you could do that with every movie then, like fucking Gladiator. In Roman times, he was a Spaniard. Why is he speaking English the whole movie?
Was he a Spaniard though?
Yeah. Well, he lives in Spain.
His nickname.
Whatever. He did an Erasmus in Barcelona. Fucking idiot. Erasmus is like exchange student. He went to Madrid from Ohio.
He's an exchange general.
Yeah, he's an exchange.
For,
no, but
from Scotland.
But yeah, so a couple things because I have notes here that I don't want to miss.
Okay.
Yeah. First, yeah, why do you have those two little fucking kids, Teletubby kids, being the kings? But I guess what you said, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Kissing the mouth. What the fuck is wrong with her?
She had to. She's property.
Oh, that's right. And they were property. They weren't people. They were women.
Which is crazy. I wrote that in my notes. Like, how the... that's a completely different time. Like,
that
they don't have
movie
rights to themselves.
It hurt to watch that movie at times. Not even
and the law was decided by the ministry. Like, God came first than actual like law and order from a actual court.
And I was also thinking about that. Like during the duel, they're like, oh, any weapons that that are deemed demonic or possessed or bewitched will result in disqualification and death. I'm like, how do you test for that? Like, how do you check for that?
Well, the thing is, back then you would just be like, oh, you won because you had possessed things. We'll kill you.
Right. I mean, what's stopping you from saying that? Like,
but nothing. Losing, that's why they used it.
I think his weapons are possessed. Oh my god.
Quick thing here with the duel, right? When they're gonna have the duel.
Oh,
you do gotta give it to Adam. What do you think happens here? Because Adam Driver had an escape. He could have agreed for them to do like a church court thing where he would have been, absolved from the thing, right? But he's like, no, I'm gonna do the duel so that people know that my name is like I'm for reals and that my name doesn't get dirtied. But then does that mean that he, even after raping the girl, still gonna go out there and defend my honor? Or he really believes in his head that he didn't rape her and that he was just being a little hard to get?
I don't know. He did say, I'm no bitch. I'm going to go fight this guy to the death.
Which, to be honest, you got to give him credit because it seemed like Matt Damon was the fighter there.
Right. I would have been like, nah, man, I guess I'm a monk now. that was the last piece of ass I got.
Yo, Matt Damon had the scars to prove it. Like, look at how many scars he had all over his body.
And also it was like Matt Damon's like, I challenge him to a duel and God will decide who's telling the truth. And in my mind I'm like, I don't know if God is deciding or whoever fights better.
But that's how crazy it is. And then it got to the point where it's like, if Matt Damon would have lost, his wife would have gotten burned.
Yeah,
alive because she's lying. Because she's lying.
And also, isn't it a little? Isn't it ironic that he's like, I'm gonna defend your honor because nobody rapes you. Okay, and what are the odds? Well, if I lose, they're gonna burn you. She's like, well, then forget about it. She's put in a situation where like it's like really he's not defending her, and you're like, oh, you're still gonna kill me, maybe. Like
it was more like, yeah, like somebody fucked up my car. Now I need to go kill this guy. That's what I felt like. But the car being the girl, like, like nobody rapes my wife but me. Like something like that. Like some of that whole machismo like sensation of like, like who the fuck does this guy think? Like, how can he do this to me? Like he's not even thinking about the fact that his wife just got raped. How could he do this to me? Like,
yeah, that's exactly what he said as soon as he found out. Like, he continues to be a fucking prick, ruining my life.
Well, one of the harshest lines is the night that he discovers she was raped. He was like, "All right, get undressed. I'ma fuck you. He's not gonna be the last man that fucks you."
Oh, fuck! I forgot about that. That was harsh.
I put myself in that situation. I'm like, damn,
that was harsh.
That was grimy.
That was. Ugh. He's not gonna be the last one to touch you. He's
like, I want to make sure your vagina smells like my dick and nobody else's dick. I mean, he has a point. He has a point.
I just think he went about it the wrong way.
Yeah, he could have been a little nicer about it.
Yeah,
he could have been like, hey, you want to have a little lavender.
Could have given her a day or two.
Yeah, to get over the trauma.
A little cuddle set.
And not to mention that they probably smelled like ass the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, back in those days. So on top of that, like, he probably still had smegma from the last session.
He had just
And
come back
shit.
from war. I didn't think he just went straight from war to.
Well, dude, like there's like like documents from back in the day that antiques and shit. There's some from Simon Bolivar, right? And from other generals in Venezuela that liberated shit, in like the 1700s. And some of the letters writing to his girl is like, look, in 3 days I'm gonna be there. Please, these 3 days, don't bathe, so that when I arrive, I can feel your aroma and all this poetry and shit. And he's like, oh man, these motherfuckers were like disgusting. Like, like what we do, like when you bathe.
Ni te limpie.
No, like, no, I want to smell the fucking ruckus that creates underneath it all.
I like your stench.
I like your stench, goddammit. and I want my stench.
Bro, that last scene where they fight, that was a excellent ending to that movie.
Oh man, when
That
he
shit was
fucking
so gory and just.
And for a bit there, you thought Matt Damon was gonna lose, which would have been a little. It would have been a flip of events, because I thought the whole time, no, that Matt Damon's gonna kill him, because that's what's expected. But then if it would have turned the other way around, that would have been crazy. And the whole thing is, I'm thinking this is a true story the whole time, which makes it even crazier.
It is.
I would have wanted to see the alternate ending.
Now, do you guys think some Gladiator shit could have happened where he kills Adam Driver, but then fucking Ben Affleck, Pierre, piece of shit, is like, oh no, the knife he used was possessed by a witch, so now you both die and they both get killed,
and they burn his wife.
I thought he was gonna die because he hit him in the leg.
and he was bleeding,
him.
right?
I thought he was gonna bleed out and die while he was killing him, and they were just gonna die
Like
both
both,
epically there.
Yeah. That was something I thought too, because at one point Ben Affleck is like, oh, he's gonna bleed out.
Yo, did you see how like his wife's like best friend was looking at her after like he won? Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't believe you were saying the truth the whole time.
It's like, oh yeah, this proves it.
The fact that Matt Damon didn't die proves it.
Of course, the
That
fact that
friendship
Matt
might be
Damon,
ruined.
it's like, of course, the fact that Matt Damon is the best fighter in the whole Legion, it proves that he indeed is telling the truth.
that she's not a harlot and she's telling the truth.
Man, those duels were intense. I didn't know what the hell the purpose was of the initial, the horses running towards each other and then you're just trying to stab each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, this is pretty dumb, but I guess I'd never seen a duel get to the point where they get on their feet, and that's a whole nother part of
That's
it.
round two.
I would
Fight.
assume that's how they start, and then
Soon
and
as
then
you get knocked down.
and that's pretty cool, because that's how it starts at the beginning on the duel, and then you go back. I really like how Ridley Scott did this, and even though Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were part of the production at some point, and it's not that I don't like them, but Ben Affleck, and then Matt Damon, he likes to write movies that make him look good, like Good Will Hunting. He's a genius. But to be honest, I really enjoyed this movie.
Supposedly there was a scene that was cut out that had Matt Damon and Ben Affleck kissing, and I don't understand why that would be part of the movie.
We need to film this. Trust.
Like, why would they I don't know. Like, I don't understand how that would fit into the whole.
I think that was more
thing.
like a bro love thing.
Yeah.
No, but they put it into the movie originally and then they cut it out. Like, how would that make sense to you? Like, to have that scene in there, like, because this guy's ultra Christian, ultra knight guy. The Pierre, the other guy. Ben Affleck's character. He's more liberal. I could see that coming from him, but I don't see how. Like, I don't see why that would fit into the story.
You're either fucking with us and you're not telling something that's real, or if it is real, Yeah, I don't see how that fits. Or maybe at the end, Ben Affleck's character is always acting so weird because he's actually gay, kind of like Power of the Dog.
I would see it more as like to assert dominance in some sort of situation. Like maybe he would do that like that. Like dominance over.
I mean, if they give each other's wives to kiss as a sign of respect, I can believe that their sign of forgiveness is fucking each other in the ass. I mean, that could be.
You kiss the tit now.
I don't see it. I don't see where that would fit in, based on the story.
Just to kind of make amends, similar to how Adam Driver went and they went to shake hands.
I guess.
No, I'm not defending it. That shouldn't be in the movie. I'm glad.
But is this like a Lil Wayne baby kiss or like making out?
I don't know. They took it out. I never saw it. I don't know what it is. But like I read about that's the whole thing
how the fuck you know about this in the first place?
That's the whole thing that even like, hey, got guys, me even.
Hey guys, did you guys hear about that scene that got deleted where Matt Damon and Ben Affleck do a reenactment of Brokeback Mountain in this movie? It's actually very
yeah. I'll send you the link. X videos.
God damn it, bro! I hate you guys. That's the whole reason why I even heard about The Last Duel, because somebody talked about it.
Because that was on Next Videos. Oh, fuck.
They finally kiss? Fuck yeah. There's a movie about it?
I need to see this. Oh, they took it out. Fuck. I don't want to see it anymore. Hey, we watch another movie.
Before we end this, I just wanted to say that when Adam Driver does the raping, they show it twice, and it's like they really show it. Well, I don't know why I wanted to use that as the last thing to say.
Even when he did it in his version, it was still
it was still
rapey.
Yeah, on his version, he gives her a little kiss in the ear, like which I felt so like crunchy.
In his version, she kind of runs around the table a little bit, like, and he thinks it like in a playful manner. In her version, she's just like behind the door, like no.
Yeah. No, definitely rape. All right, so real quick here, before I let you go on this, let's give it a rating for this movie, The Last Duel. Taking everything into account, the fact that Ridley Scott really puts you in there, sort of like in Gladiator, make you feel like you're there. The scenography, the wardrobe, it all looks the part. The story is good. It's actually a real story. They grabbed these really old stories that came through from, this was in the 1300, and they actually make a very interesting movie about it. And all the actors, I think, did their part well. Adam Driver, I think he's killing it, even though sometimes he looks like a fucking mummy.
In that movie, everyone's like, "Oh, he's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
he's handsome as fuck,
super hot." I'm like, have you
seen
Matt Damon when he cleans himself up? I mean, no, but I would give it straight up. I would give this movie a solid 8.
All right.
Yeah. John? It was very impressive. I like the fact that it told you 3 different stories happening in the same storyline, like 3 different viewpoints. I would give it like an 8.5.
Oof.
Yeah, it was the rape scenes were really hard to watch.
All right.
They hurt.
Good way to fix it.
But they were necessary to really get a grasp of like what was going on in that time.
Oh yeah, and the old lady too, like you should have just
not
been a bitch about it, just like me and the rest of us.
We completely forgot about that.
Think of the first one?
About the mom. It's like, oh, you come here with your little vanity. Oh, I got raped. What do you think the rest of us do? We shut the fuck up. Like that was fuck. Do you think that was a little bit like that?
He's
also
a knight, goddammit.
Touching on the whole feminist like movement, where like back then you shut the fuck up and that's it.
Was that the start of the Me Too? Like the grassroots?
And if you were lying, you got burned back then.
I mean, to be honest, like it does seem like a really fucked up way of looking at it. Like the correct way, I think, is like, no, we live in savage times. I'm gonna tell my savage husband, and he's gonna chop your head off. Like it seemed a little bit out of place for the mom to be like, really, you're gonna tell the men of the house to defend us? You should have just taken it. Like, I don't know, she just seemed like a little bitch. I didn't like her. But okay, so I give the movie an 8. John, you give it an 8.5. What do you give it, Adrian?
I'm gonna do 7.5.
7.5. So
yeah, because it is a movie over and over and over. So while the repetition is nice in this case, that you see a different perspective, you are watching the movie a lot. So it did feel like a bit of a drag sometimes.
Okay. So 7.5, 8.5, and I have 8. That gives us a perfect 8 points in the Broski Doodles scale. So it's not bad. Great movie to watch. If you watch this podcast and had not watched the movie, still watch the movie and come see the podcast again. And yeah, I think this is one of those that I actually really recommend. And Ridley Scott is killing it. I saw House of Gucci yesterday. I really want to talk about it with you guys. So hopefully in a few weeks when you're able to watch it, we'll have an episode of House of Gucci, the Italian, the makers of the bags, the Gucci. Thank you guys once again for joining us. Fucking love you guys over there on the other side of the world, on the other side of the pond, but we're here connected through Elon Musk's network, 5G. And thank you to all the Broski Doodles and Broski Dudettes that are out there connected to me. Please subscribe to the thing, share it, fucking leave a comment. Let us know what movies you want us to review, okay? Love you. Peace.